Hey, what is up, you guys? This is Dre the Gamer right here. Welcome back to another stream. Today, everyone, we are continuing the Flyout we started a couple weeks ago. We are now continuing on from Montpelier or Edward FNAB State. Um, okay, alright. A couple of you guys need to reload. That's fine. Um, so, yep, we're just continuing on from Edward FNAB State, carrying on to, how do I open it? Flight Planner. Oh, I gotta say, I do miss the old mini-map. I do not like this. So, yeah, next up is Morrisville Stowe, Newport State, and Newport actually has some interesting history. Then Franklin County, and then on to Burlington. So that's the plan. Okay, so I have desktop and I have aux. Okay. Alright, so yeah, because the flight plan, for whatever reason, it decided when I originally loaded up, my computer crashed. Then I restarted it and it wanted to do the flight plan differently for whatever reason. I will be in VC in my Discord if anybody wants to join. I'm not sure why it chose to do that, but it will save a bit of time. Because originally it was going to have us go up to Newport, back to Stowe, then up to Franklin County, and then to Burlington. It basically would have had us make an M. It was like an M, basically. Or a V. And it would have added like 15 minutes of just unnecessary flight time. I don't even know why I wanted to do that in the first place, but then it changed its mind, and now it's Morrisville, Newport, and Franklin. Alright. Oh, alright, I'm going to close that. Alright, so I'm going to wait for you guys to load in. 5 viewers. Welcome, everyone. Alright. Okay. NorCal is Icarus 1, or Chuck. You guys would remember him if you guys saw the last stream. He just changed his username, so he's now Icarus. Okay. Alright. Just gonna post the link to the stream if anybody wants to join. Alrighty, 5 viewers. Welcome, everyone. Okay, Jake is over there somewhere. I'm not sure where Jake is, actually. Jake is somewhere over here. Oh. What is Jake in, anyway? Is that a Pilatus? Yep, no, I think it's a TBM. It's either a TBM, yeah, I think that's a, yeah, it's a TBM. We use that for the Florida flyout, and we had to split that into 2 parts, too. Alright, so I think Jake is going to join us, and then we're going to take off. Alrighty. I guess it spawned him over there somewhere. Over there is the town of Bear, Vermont. I suppose we're going to check that out. It's kind of interesting how this whole airport is on a hill. It's kind of weird. Maybe, I think it's a tabletop style. Okay, so yep, that's Jake. Jake's coming over. Okay, there's a helipad. So this is a tabletop runway. Not a very long one either. Neither of these runways are very long. Let's just make sure we have live weather turned on. I believe we do. But either way, we got the fall colors coming in. It looks beautiful. Okay, we got live weather. But yeah, this is the capital of Vermont, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this exactly isn't, but over there, 3 miles away from us, that's the, capital of Vermont. So we'll do a little flight over it, just kind of, and then we'll carry on to, I think, Stowe is our next destination. No, I gotta set my flap. Nope. Okay, I don't need the flap set that. Still haven't worked out a couple of my controls, so just do it in the cockpit. So landing gear. Okay, yep. We only need like 50%. Alright, so Jake is behind us. Okay, alright, we're good to go. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, the trim is a bit off. I remember, yeah, we've had issues with the trim on these planes. Okay, we're up. Stream is nice and crispy. Like, it's nice and smooth. That's the wrong. That is not what I want. Okay, there we go. Flaps are going up now. Damn, we're already 1,500 feet up. I gotta say, I'm surprised how quickly we climbed up. Either way, let's just check out. What is that there in the distance? I'm seeing. Anyway, we're gonna check out Bear, Vermont, which is a small town. It's like a suburb of Montpelier, I guess you could say. I don't know too much about Bear, Vermont. I mean, I've heard of it. I've never been, really. But Vermont is definitely pretty nice this time of year. I will say that. Vermont is pretty nice this time of year. I did go up to Rutland a couple years ago, around October. Alright, Jake's way ahead of us, but he's a TBM, obviously. That thing is quick. You know, these planes, these Icon A5s are not super quick, really. I think you can maybe get it up to like 175. Let's just coast for a bit. Don't want to go too fast here. But yeah, Vermont is mostly just a bunch of cute little towns. Pretty rural, pretty mountainous, as you guys saw on the last stream. And I used copyright-free music in the last stream, but yet it's still got copyrighted, so I think we're going to have to work on the music. So this is the town of Bear, Vermont. Again, I've never been here, but I've heard of it. Alrighty. What is that there in the distance? Catamount Airfield, huh? Hey, Rev. Jake says, yeah, sure, I can use your music. Yeah, sure, that's cool. So, I mean, like, send me a playlist, and looks like we're flying over a trailer park here. Or a cemetery. I can't really... No, I think it's a cemetery. So you do... Yeah, this looks like it's kind of in the woods, and then there's a quarry right next to it. Probably expanding the cemetery. What was that trailer park show you did a flyout for? That was Trailer Park Boys. Yeah, we did fly over. I actually found the filming location where they shot the show, and I did a flyout over. That was in the X-Cub. It wasn't a super long stream. It was a pretty short one. Because that was just basically a flyout of and around Halifax and Dartmouth. Because that's where it all takes place. It takes place in, like, Dartmouth and the Halifax area. And it's basically the same area. Dartmouth and Halifax, Newfoundland. It's basically... It's kind of one city base. I think they're actually conjoined recently. Or at least at some point in time they kind of conjoined. It's like Dartmouth and Halifax. It's kind of like... I think it's like... LA and Pasadena, you know, same area, because Pasadena is just part of kind of the Los Angeles metropolitan area. Alright, got a DM from, okay, oh, I thought it was a DM, but I guess not. Okay. Yeah, I heard actually Trailer Park Boys is making a comeback. I did watch the animated series. The animated series is okay, but the live action one was obviously way funnier. But I think the live action one is actually making a comeback. I'm actually surprised though how the show, I mean, it's definitely a good show, and it was definitely done on a budget. It's always been done on a budget. It's kind of a mockumentary style. And yet it's so good. It's done so cheaply, and yet it's so successful. I mean, like, there's shows out there that have a way bigger budget, and yet they just completely flop. And this show, it was just basically a handful of guys, none of which were really experienced actors, and they created this masterpiece. Because the only because the only actor with any real acting experience was John Dunsworth. The rest of them were not particularly experienced or trained actors. Um, it's, yeah. A great show, though, nonetheless. Alright, we're coming into Montpelier here. Alrighty. Okay, Icarus is behind me. I'm not sure where Jake went. Jake went... Maybe we lost Jake, or maybe he's above me, but... I guess Jake's probably just way ahead of us. That's why we can't see him. Cause I was gonna say his plane is way faster than mine. Pasta Man, Vermont. Okay, he's way behind that mountain. I thought he was maybe one of us, but no. Pasta Man, Vermont. Interesting. Should fly over Hawkins for Stranger Things was done. Yeah, maybe that's not a bad idea. Are you above me, Jake? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Montpelier. This is the capital of Vermont. Pretty small, as you can see. Like, this is, and then that's the State House right there. That there is, like, the State House. It's kind of like the capital. State capital, I guess. But, yeah, this is, like, the capital of Vermont, guys. This is just how small it is. Like, it's a nice little town. It's actually a city, but I don't know how it constitutes a city. It's barely, I mean, it's just look at it. It's not huge. Hawkins, Stranger Things 5, I think, is coming out soon. Or no, Stranger Things 6. Can't remember what season we're on, but they're doing one last season, and then it's it. That being said, I do love it. It is a good show. Because, yeah, it's either 4 or 5 seasons we're in so far. I can't remember. I'm trying to think. Either way, I've rewatched it all twice. I've seen the whole show 2 times. I watched it like pre-COVID, and then in 2022, when the next episode came out, when the next season came out, I rewatched the whole series. It's a great show. Oh, so it's Volume 1, Stranger Things 5. Okay, that would make sense. Alright, we're gonna do a water landing here. I got a little sidetracked, but I'm not sure what river this is, really. Maybe it's like the Connecticut River? Actually, no, I don't think it's the Connecticut River. The Connecticut River runs... that runs... Oh, shit, we hit the tree. That would have killed us. Oh, shit, we hit the tree. Got completely distracted. Shit, that's not good. What the fuck is it doing? I have no idea. Why is it trying to climb me up? It's, okay, I mean, just now, it basically slewed itself up the hill. Does anyone know how to slew in this game? Well, maybe I can just rocket back. Maybe I can, like, rocket and fall back into the water. If anyone knows how to slew in this game, please let me know. Because, yeah, I'm stuck. So, Stranger Things 5. I was going to say, people tell me I look like Steve from Stranger Things, believe it or not. I tell people I was a stunt double. Y key, okay, Y. And then is it F4? Oh, okay. Okay, that's giving it... Okay, I hit F4. That's giving it throttle. Oh, okay, so it's Y, and then what? I'm pressing Y, and it's not really doing anything. Okay, we're kind of stuck into the tree. I basically hit the wall. I hit the shore. I spun, and then somehow the plane scaled up the hill on its own. Alright, we're having some problems here, so let me just look up what to do here. Okay. Okay, so there's... Alright, F4 lift, 8 front, F... Okay, I'll try that. Uh, okay, 8 forward, 2 reverse. Okay, so Y. Okay, Y, F4. So, okay, so it's Y, F4. Okay, I don't even know what it's doing at this point. Okay, so it's Y. Oh, okay, we're getting something. Okay, we're gonna fall. At least we fell back a little bit. You need to hold down the Y key, or you just press it once at it. I don't even know how the hell it's scaled up the thing itself. Okay. Press. Okay, so press it. And I mean, I pressed it and it jumped a bit. Oh, that was a while ago. It's not really doing anything. Okay, if this doesn't work, I'll just respawn. Maybe there's a way. Alright. Alright. Okay. I think I'm just gonna restart and I'll catch up to you guys. That's just what we'll do. So we'll just take back off and we'll restart. Alright. Alrighty. Alright, so I'm gonna have to mash it to catch up to you guys. Alright, so yeah, we're going full throttle here, and I'll catch up to you guys in no time. We didn't get super far. Yeah, we're just cooking. Jake is in a TBM, but I think yeah, he's in a TBM. I am paused in the river spot where we were at. Okay, alright, I'll be back there in no time. Okay, this looks like it's actually I-89. Okay, that's a cemetery below me, but this here is I-89. We'll do a little buzz over it. I think we did that in the last stream too, but Vermont only has 2 interstates. They have I-89 and I-91. And I think 89 only runs in the state of Vermont. I don't think it leaves the state. 91 runs south to, through Mass and then to Connecticut. Nope, we're going to fly under this bridge. Vermont does have other highways, though. They're just not interstates. Like, there is the US 4 for about maybe 10, 20 miles. It's like a full-on highway. I think it's maybe 65, maybe 70 mile an hour zone, actually. It's from, like, the New York border until, pretty much, yeah, until it gets to Rutland. So, 15, 10, 20 miles, maybe, something. But it's a notable highway. I mean, I was zooming through that road. Then also there is US 7, which is north from like Bennington to Dorset for about like 25 miles. It's also kind of a highway. Well, we got another trailer park here. Well, it's more of an expressway. For the first like maybe 4 or 5 miles, it is 4-lane, but after that it becomes a 3-lane. And actually in some places it's a 2-lane. But either way, people treat it like an interstate. Like, people go fast on that road. I do. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the trim. The trim is fucked up for some reason. So I just let off the yoke, and it just climbs like this. And I'm not even doing nothing. I don't know what that is, really. The trim is... I don't know how to adjust the trim. That's the problem. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay, press the wrong key for that. Yeah, I wouldn't be very good at this in real life. I think this is, and I'm not, maybe this is a highway here, actually. Maybe this is I-89 still. I feel like, because, yeah, I don't think it runs through the town. Yeah, I kind of bypassed the town. Exactly. It doesn't run through it per se, but it kind of goes around it. Yeah, fall's actually, yeah, it's starting to look very fall-like. But yeah, like come back in October, it'll be way better. Like it's just starting to. The fall colors are starting to show, but like in October, it'll be way better. Icarus, and what is winter like in Northern California where you are? Like, do you guys have like the four seasons? Like, I know you might not get snow, but do you get to see like the fall? The colors. In Vermont, we call it foliage. I'm not sure what you guys call it, but that's what it's called in New England. Well, I'd say New York or Vermont and New Hampshire. It's called foliage. It's kind of the tourist season. Um, Vermont is a Democratic state, despite having a Republican governor. That's all thanks to it's kind of what they call a purple state. It's thanks to the population because about like two-thirds of the population is in the Burlington area, which is where we're going to be wrapping up. Okay, and where are we going now? Actually, I'm getting a bit distracted. Oh shit, we're going the wrong way. We are going the wrong way. We need to be going on to Stowe, not. So yeah, getting a bit carried away here. But yeah, the majority of the population lives in the Burlington area. Um, and obviously that place has a lot of college students, and they're kind of left wing. So that's why the state is technically Democratic, despite being having a Republican governor. Um, and what also interests me was that the county next to where I live, which is in Vermont, because I live right on the border of Vermont, the county next to me, they actually voted blue in the last election. That actually surprised me because I thought that county, at least for the longest time, it was very Republican. But I guess the last election cycle, it was blue. They voted Democratic. Actually, the majority of Vermont, I think, did vote blue in the last election. Which, again, surprised me because in 2020, it was mostly red. It was mostly Republican. Despite, aside from the Burlington area, obviously, because that's always going to be Democratic. Yep, welcome, Flight Man. Been a while. It's been like 2.5 years. Finally getting back in the game. Yep, Vermont. Definitely Vermont. I am in Discord if anybody wants to join. Yeah, same. Cottonwoods are going yellowleaf now. Okay, so you guys do at least have 4 seasons. Okay. Are the winters, like, cold? Or, how cold can it get in the wintertime? So I was going to say, I feel like you guys had pretty hot summers, you told me. Even in Northern California. States can be very unpredictable. Some states, yes. Like Florida, for example, is a swing state. More mild winter, hot fucking summers. Yeah, states, yeah, they can be. New Hampshire, I think, is also the same way. It's also kind of a swing state. It's kind of very purple. It's really, yes, New York, New Jersey, California, yes, they will always be blue. New York State hasn't been Republican since we had a Republican governor until 2006. Like from 1994 until 2006, we had a Republican governor, George Pataki, Republican, believe it or not. And aside from that, New York, yes, it's been Democratic since, really. And the Democrats weren't always bad. It wasn't always what it is now. There was a time where it wasn't radical. It was, reasonable. But yeah, I'd say ever since Andrew Cuomo, everything went downhill. Because, yeah, we had Elliot Spitzer. After Pataki, we had Spitzer, who was only governor for maybe 1-2 years. He got involved in a prostitution ring, so he basically resigned. After that, his deputy, or what do they call it, lieutenant, or I'm not sure what they call it, like the second, lieutenant governor, David Patterson, took office. And David Patterson was Democrat, but I think David Patterson was what they call a dino. He was a Democrat in name only, because he shared a lot of, he was more libertarian than true Democrat. So I think he was just a Democrat in name only. Then, yeah, so then we had Andrew Cuomo in 2011. That was a nightmare. Then we had Kathy Hochul, who, and I don't even understand how Kathy Hochul won. So he picked Kathy Hochul as his lieutenant governor because he had a feeling that she would not be reelected. Cuomo resigned in 2021. Good riddance. Then Hochul obviously stepped in place, and she won in 2022, actually. That's the interesting part. She actually won in 2022. I think she only won just because she was a Democrat. That's the only reason she won. Because because the other candidate was Lee Zeldin. Also now the leader of the EPA was Lee Zeldin. So he was running for Republican governor in New York in 22. And I voted for him. Obviously, he didn't win. We had Arnold the Terminator for governor for a while. Yes, yeah, were you guys actually Republican for those years? Was California actually a Republican state, or you guys still voted blue in the presidential elections? I know you guys did have Arnold for a while. Good times, yep. New scam, yep. Yeah, fucking Gavin Newsom. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, Gavin Newsom's a piece of shit. There's no doubt about it. Okay, alright, so we do have some music. I'm gonna put it on in a sec. Always been blue, but starting to turn lately. Oh, so, well, that makes sense. I know a lot of Californians moved to Texas because they were just tired of the radical left. I know the eastern side of California, behind the mountains, like the whole eastern half of the state, is like kind of rural farmland and tends to be actually pretty Republican. Yep, new crap. Yeah, Nevada, you guys do have hot summers there. You guys have pretty good winters though there. The winters are windy, but they're not cold. They're actually decent. So, you guys got a good tour. Well, Vegas has a good tourist industry because of that. Yeah, no, rip Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was a legend. He did not deserve that. Okay. Northern End pretty red, but Southern is still deep blue still. It's probably all the illegals are in the Southern tier. That's why. All the illegals. That's probably why. Obviously, you know, they're not going to... Democrats are obviously very pro illegal immigration. And I come from an immigrant background myself, but my parents were immigrants, but they applied legally. Alright, this is now Stowe, Vermont. This is a... What is this? This is some kind... I think this might be a ski resort. I know Stowe has a lot of, like, ski resorts. I think J.D. Vance actually went here on vacation in February, and they gave him a warm welcome. And they actually, you know, a lot of, like, protests. All because J.D. Vance came to Stowe on vacation for, you know, in February. Stranger Things was filmed in Jackson, Georgia, so it would be the spot to fly. It was filmed in Georgia? I never would have guessed that. Either way, though, it's a great... Stranger Things is a great show. It just shows how great life was in the 80s. Alright, someone tagged me, so... Oh, yeah, I got the playlist. Let me just... Okay, it's in general. Alright. I just hope I don't, get copyrighted. Yeah, it's just the ads. Oh, Jake, so you actually make your own music. So you... Oh, nice. This is some nice stuff. So you actually make your own music. That is cool. Does Georgia have better, like, filming laws compared to Indiana? Is that why? I guess it was cheaper there? to say, this is good stuff. Alright, so this is Stowe, Vermont. It's not really, there's not a whole lot here really. That there was Stowe base, so it's a small town, I guess. And then there's Morrisville just above it. Okay. Alright. What software do you use? Is this like Adobe, or is this GarageBand? Stranger Things was filmed in Georgia particularly because the state's generous and stable film tax credit, which significantly reduces production costs, according to Google. I was going to say Dukes of Hazzard, that was also filmed in Georgia. And Dukes of Hazzard is good. Alright, I guess that's, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't think we're going to land in Morrisville, but we'll at least kind of fly over it. I've never really even heard of Morrisville until now, when I was making the flight plan. Alrighty, stream's looking good, alright. It sometimes gets a bit, yeah, so we're doing fine. We're doing 24 FPS, not, so that's, I think that might be part of the reason why, because I'm not running 30, I'm running 24. 24 is what older movies were shot in. And on my old PC, I used to run Flight Sim at 20 FPS. And I got away with it just fine. Because games like Flight Sim, you can get away with 20 FPS. I remember at times it could get so bad, though, it was like seconds per frame. We're just gonna do a pass. We're not gonna. If you guys want, yeah, I got a new PC like 2 years ago. It was a game changer. Yeah, I pretty much got a new PC all from the ground up. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the only thing that's the same is basically my hard drive. Because I needed a new graphics card, which just wouldn't fit in my old case. So I just ended up needing a whole new motherboard, whole new PC. So basically, yeah, I got all new stuff. I got a glass side on it. Glass side on it. It's got the, you know, fans. Got the vent. Does need to be cleaned out from time to time, but runs Flight Sim just fine. This actually sounds like something out of Stranger Things. It sounds like something you would hear in the Stranger Things. This is good stuff, Jake. Okay, Icarus is way over there, but yet I can actually see the plane. That's the interesting part of it. I bought all new parts, built it, and then added storage. I have like 3.5. I think I have maybe 1 terabyte. I'm just gonna open. I'm just curious what I have. I know I have 2 hard drives. One is full. The other one isn't, so that's so I got 500 on the first hard drive. The second one is 1.81 terabytes. So I got about 2.3 terabytes. So what software do you use to make this? Hello. Oh, someone's in Discord. Alright, Flightman. Welcome, Flightman. Oh. Okay, I want to keep the music going. Alright, well, let's give it some throttle. We could probably go a little faster and a little bit lower. Alrighty. Payphone song I made a cover for is highly influenced by the show itself. Nice. Cool. Is that the one you sent me in Discord? Yeah, alright. I'm gonna look into that. Yeah, sure, we can play it after. Yeah, I'll play it after this one. This one. Yeah, sure, well, let's just play it. There we go. Of course, why wouldn't it visit? It didn't want to open YouTube. Oh yeah, this definitely... Yeah, that TBM is quick. Or is that not the TBM anymore? Is that an FA? Is that something else? I keep getting carried up. I gotta say though, if now that Trump's back in office, I got a good feeling about the political situation. I mean, gas prices are going down. Well, I mean, lately they've gone up a little bit, but right after Trump took office, the shit went down to like $2.60 in my local area. It went down to like $2.60 a gallon. It was down at like $2.45 at one point. It was cheap. But now it's right around the $2.80 mark, pretty much everywhere. Boy, though, Trump, he's doing something. Grocery prices are going down a little bit. Hopefully he can fix the used car market too, because the used car market is fucked. Used cars should not be as expensive as they are. You know, I mean, if you're selling your junk car, if you're getting $1,000 for scrap, how much do used cars start at then? You know, if you're getting $1,000 for scrap. We got someone ahead of us. Oh, it's a wind farm. Yeah, there is a few of those on these mountains. I guess the foliage didn't start in this area. Oh, no, it did. I just can't see it from this angle, but right below me, I don't know what the hell is going on with the dam. I don't even know what's going on with the service ceiling at this point. Because it's just, I don't know what it is with the trim, because it just keeps tossing me up. Alrighty. Oh, okay. Alright. Yeah, I gotta say, this thing is like a compact car. You know, looking inside, it's like a compact. So yeah, it's gonna be. I think this one will be about an hour and a half, because after, yeah, we get next up. We got Newport, also known as Northeast Kingdom International. After that, it's Franklin County and then Burlington. Well, so yeah, maybe I should have used something a little faster. might want to fix your Discord settings. What's wrong with my Discord? Talking, but you can't hear me. That's weird. What could that be? Okay. Voice seems to be working. Oh, I think I see the problem. Output device is. I see the problem. It's the output device. It's my monitor. I guess my monitor has a speaker. Alright, I'm gonna send it to my headphones. So try talking now. I'll see if I can hear you in my headphones. Shit. Better out than in, that's what I always say. Well, we got a bit of overspeed going on here. Yeah, so it was set for my monitor, not my headphones. That's why I couldn't hear you. But I feel like I would have heard you in, yeah. Okay, I didn't know my monitor had a speaker, but I guess it does. Yeah, I kind of wish this thing had autopilot, but, you know, it doesn't. Weird, still aren't hearing you. No, I'm not. Oh, you're on mute. It says you're muted. You're muted. It's showing the little headphone with the X in it. Stranger music galore right here in my, yep. Alright, we got Newport State coming up in about 13 miles. Hell yeah. Alright. Yep, there goes Jake in the F-18. Alright. Yeah, you're still on mute, Flight Man. That's why I'm not hearing you. Alright. Yeah, so they got quite a new amount of Discord settings now. I don't remember them having this many audio settings before, but it's cool, I guess. They upgraded it. Alright, so Newport is coming right up. Alright, we're gonna start climbing down, making our way down. There's I unmuted and talked, you didn't hear. That's weird. Well, what is my Discord? Is my Discord maybe muted? It doesn't seem to be. I mean, no, it's not muted because I hear notifications when people, like when I'm tagged in something, I hear the Discord noise. Inbox. Okay, nope. Yeah, well, what could be going on then? Okay, I'm just gonna disconnect and reconnect. Okay, maybe this will work. Can you hear me, Flight Man? Okay, I just saw your thing light up like as if you said something, but I didn't hear your voice. But I did see your logo light up, like as if you were talking. That, you know, how it lights up green. I'm gonna try moving you out, moving back in. Yeah, I unmuted. Maybe selected the wrong output device. Okay, I heard something. I heard like I don't know, like a whooshing noise. Yeah, I had the output device selected wrong. I'm just gonna... oh, okay. Permissions, nope. Alright, Jake's also in the chat. Okay, yep, my output is my headphones. Input device, microphone, 5, okay, alright. Okay, we got a few people. Okay, we just got Jake's stream. Yep, he's in the F-18, just zooming by us. He's on Xbox. Okay. Alright, here we come into Newport. Alrighty. Oh my, I don't know what it is with the trim. This shit is fucked up. Alright. Alrighty. I did have the wrong output device selected, but I selected it for my headphones. Alright, here we come into Newport. Let's just cut the throttle and coast. That should definitely bring us down. That's weird. Was there any options or just the two? Want to fuck around with the settings till one works? Well, yeah. I mean, whatever options can I do there? Input. Okay, I'm gonna turn up the. Okay, output volume is input volume. Okay. All right, my mic is working. Okay. I mean, yeah, all my stuff seems to be working. And we're still too high up for Newport. I guess we'll just do a pass. Yeah, fuck it. Let's just cruise over Newport a bit and then we'll line up for the runway. So it looks like Newport's on the lake, and it's just north of Canada. It's just south of Canada. Oh yeah, I might have more than one. Yeah, I should. Alrighty. Output device. I got my, okay, I got digital audio. High definition audio device. Alright. Okay, I think this is it. Yep. I think whatever I did, this worked because I'm hearing Jake stream now. I'm hearing Jake flying around in the F-18, so I think I got it right. I just set it for the default one, and now I'm hearing Jake. So I might hear you now, Flight Man. 5 viewers, welcome 5 viewers.
Quit thriving.
Newport, Vermont, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty. Yeah, of course it looks better. Got a little creek flowing through here. The only thing is... Alrighty. Alright, I'm not... Yeah, I guess Flight Man just isn't talking. Alright, we got some kind of quarry here by the airport. Airport actually is not that big. It's just 2 runways and what looks like a terminal and some parking. Oh, I heard something. Yeah, that's Newport, Vermont. It's kind of like right on a sort of little island. I'll have to read up on it.
Yeah, you heard me.
Yep, up. Welcome, Flight Man.
Thank you.
Alright, got the high school there, or maybe just baseball fields. You sound different.
Yeah. It's been like 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, I'll land in the water. Yeah, sure, we can land in the water. Yeah, sure, we'll just like kind of draw. Oh man, it looks. This is the high school that we're flying over. Yeah, sure, we can land in the water and we'll just kind of drive through the town. Didn't see
Kinda
what.
half of what the plane is built to do. So
How old are you now? If that's okay to ask.
yeah, I'm 17.
17. Wow. I turned 21 a couple weeks ago. Wow.
Damn. Been a while.
Yeah. I think Rev is also. I think Rev's. 15 now. Rev's in. He's in like high school.
Yeah, he was like 9. When
Yeah.
He started or something.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. I think he just turned 11. Yeah, when he started flying around with us. Yeah. No. I mean, a lot of. Yeah, we've all aged. I mean, I'm definitely a lot older than. I look a lot different than I did 4 years ago. My hair is a lot longer. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, alright, let's just nice and down. Nice and easy. Whoa, yeah. That was actually a no flap landing too. I just completely forgot about the flaps. I don't know if you saw the beginning of the stream, but I tried landing in the little river near Montpelier, and I just crashed into the shore and got stuck on the embankment. It somehow skidded up it on its own. I mean, it was spinning and spinning down the river, and then it just skidded up the embankment on its own. I couldn't slew it out, so I just had to just restart, respawn, basically. Okay, Icarus is behind me. I saw a TikTok, actually, someone took this thing, and they were actually, like, this was in real life, and they landed it on the water, and they were able just to drive it out onto the shore like a car.
A stunt double for Steve.
Yeah. That actually bought me a free drink at the bar a couple nights ago. There were these hot bitches from PA. At first, one of them thought I looked like Morgan Wallen. Number one, I told her that, and she fell for it. They were all pretty hot. Yeah, I tried talking to them, but there was this one girl who sort of met them later on. She sort of joined the group. She wasn't with them originally. She was just such a bitch. Like, she just killed the vibe. Like, come on, like, don't go to the bar if you're not trying to have fun. She's just so bitchy, like, it practically ruined my night, really. So I just left. But yeah, Albany has a somewhat decent bar scene, I guess. The best bars I've ever been to were in Montreal. Those were the best bars and the best clubs. I'm near the Albany area. Pretty sure everybody knows that. It's the capital of New York. We have an okay bar scene, but I mean, it's kind of like not terrible, but it's not great exactly either. Yeah, yep, and we got Newport State. I don't even know where the runway is, but we'll just do a short landing. We'll just do that. Let's maybe give it a little more throttle. Take some flaps. Whoa. Okay. Nope. Don't want that.
Yeah, you do look like a stunt double for Steve.
Oh. Okay. We're flying.
You actually could be a stunt double for Steve.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Could be.
I do share a fair amount of features. My hair. My hair is longer though than his. I mean, I'll show you guys on the stream, but that's how long my hair is. Pretty long. I got a little bit of. I got a little.
You'd obviously have to CGI his face on, but
Yeah. But yeah, this is how long my hair is. You guys can see it. I don't know if you can. I guess I got too
actually
close.
one of the best moves.
I got
Bad's good too, though.
I got one of the best mults around. No doubt about it. Nope. Oh shit. Okay, I did not want to put the flaps up. Okay, now we got flaps down. There we go. Alright, it's gonna be, alright, we're gonna chew up a fair amount of the runway, but I guess it's fine. I remember we all flew to West Virginia once, and I landed on the taxiway by mistake. Fought the taxiway. Whoa, oh, yeah, that was harsh. Landed on the taxiway instead of...
That's been done in real life a few times. So.
Yeah, no, I think yeah. I remember, yeah, there was a lot of, actually, aviation incidents this year. Like, there was that Delta plane that landed up that crashed. That flipped upside down. And
CRJ.
yeah, and that was in Toronto. Okay, is there a taxiway here? Okay, there is a taxiway. I guess someone drove on the dirt here, as it's kind of, as you could just tell. Joe Curie is in his 30s.
Yeah, he is in his 30s, but I mean, he's passing as like a 19-year-old kid in
Yeah.
the show, so.
Definitely a great show. Okay, I
I
guess
mean,
that,
nowadays, you got 30-year-olds passing as teenagers, you know?
yeah, people age better than they did back in the day. People do age better because but like if you look at pictures of like your grandparents when they were 20, they look like they're 40. That's just because people age better than they did 50 years ago. Okay, there's no taxiway here, so we're just gonna drive on the grass. We're just gonna drive on the grass. I don't know why the hell there's no taxiway here. They have a taxiway that goes around the runway, and it's actually a dirt one. Maybe this actually isn't a taxiway. Maybe this is like a service road or an access
Yeah, like
road.
back in the 80s, you couldn't cast a 25-year-old as in the 80s.
Dude, the 80s was the time to be alive. I wish I was around for that. They had some good movies, hot bitches. It was easy to rizz them up. Yeah, I mean, dating is just hard these days, honestly. It's just not, it's insanely easy to come off as a creep. So you really got to watch what you say. You got to play your cards right. It's basically a combination of skill and luck.
Yes, because, like, there's so many liberals now. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, that
And
too.
it's
That,
just like they're more liberal than they've ever been.
that too,
And
yeah.
so you do like one thing, and you come off as a creep.
Yep.
Even though you're not being a creep at all.
Yep. I mean, that actually happened to me just last night. Like, I saw these girls. I think they were staring at me. I just tried to say hi, and then she just kind of, like, she didn't do anything. She just kind of made like unsatisfied face. So I just walked away. And then I saw them again later on at the bar, and I just said, "Sorry, just trying to get by." And like, she freaked out. She hid behind her friend, and all I simply said was, "Sorry, I'm just trying to get by you guys," because I was trying to get by them to go outside on the patio. I wasn't even talking to them anyway, but for what it's
How
worth, I mean,
fucking dare you want to get out of the bar? Holy shit.
I mean, for what it's worth, she was fucking ugly. I mean, I probably could have hit though. I think if I played that, I probably could. I mean, because fat chicks with daddy issues are the easiest to sleep with. I mean, relationships. I mean, that's practically unattainable these days. With everything that goes on, our whole generation is cooked. The occasional hookup is for average looking guys. Unless you're like, Brad Pitt or, Shia LaBeouf, if you're just an average looking gentleman, best you can do is just the occasional hookup from time to time. Sad to say. Okay, I guess Newport State is not actually that big. I thought there was actually a terminal here, and I thought this was like a legit deal, but I guess this is all it is. This is like an international airport, supposedly. Alright, I guess we're going to take out of here and carry on to Franklin State, which is located in Swanton, Vermont, which is where the actor Emmett Walsh, or Michael Emmett Walsh, resided. He starred in the movie Big Stan from 2007 and in Youth in Revolt. He actually played stubborn characters despite being from Vermont. He passed away last year. RIP. He had a career lasting like 60 years. So, I think actually a little bit more than that, honestly. But wasn't super well known, but still remarkable.
Also, it's weird. There's like taxi lines on the
Yeah.
scenery, but not.
Oh, yep. Yeah, I see that. Yep. Alright, let's just get out of here. Damn it. It's always
It
like...
almost seems like the airport's bigger than it's depicted.
Yeah. I thought this airport, even though I guess it's just not really well mapped, because I'm pretty sure this airport actually has a terminal in real life. Okay, next destination.
I don't have a problem with like 25-year-old kids playing 17-year-olds like in the first place. But, like the problem is like 12, 13 when they started, right? And now they're like in their 20s, and like you can kind of tell that how they've aged.
Yeah.
But they're way older than their characters are supposed to be.
Oh yeah.
Because they started when they were 12. So it's kind of weird. Like,
Yeah.
it, this new season's only taking place, like, 4 years after it started, and they look like 10 years old.
Yeah, exactly. Because the show started like 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago,
Yeah, it was
2016.
filming 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's kind of when I have a problem.
I mean, they kind of, with Paul Walker and Fast and Furious 7, they kind of worked around it with using CGI bits from, like, his former face. They managed to make CGI out of him. Like, they used his brother, and then they CGI'd his face onto it. So I think that's what they might end up doing. Because, yeah, I mean, they couldn't, because when Paul Walker passed, RIP, Fast and Furious 7 was still in production when he passed. Maybe it wasn't even in production yet. But they basically CGI'd his face, and they just used his brother as the body double. And never would have guessed, really, that. Never would have guessed.
That's what they did. What they did last season with 11. You know, when she was in the lab. And she was
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I mean, they're capable of doing it. It's just the only thing is they're not going to do it for the main kids because
Yeah.
it would be too expensive to do it for the whole length of the season.
What I don't understand is how did the doctor, Matthew Modine, how did he get killed in, I think, season 1 or season 2, and yet
Season 1, and then he came back.
Yeah, how did
like,
they...
What?
I don't know how
That's crazy plot armor. I'm sorry, but
I don't know how, but yeah, I think that dude is CIA, so I'm sure they got all kinds of crazy shit. The CIA.
yeah, but yeah, Brenner.
Yeah, that was his last name.
And the thing with, yeah, I mean, the last season would be crazy.
Yep.
You can't have any more seasons after.
Yeah, no, you can't repeat yourself. You can only stay fresh for so long.
You can't overstay it after.
I was gonna say though, last season how they rescued Hopper from Siberia, that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
That was kind of well done in my opinion.
But it was like there was a lot working exactly in their favor.
Yeah. Yeah. They also, I mean, I think it's also kind of true what they. I think it's kind of cool how they had him fly over the Bering Strait, because I think back in the late '80s there was a lot of smuggling going on over the Bering Strait. In that part of the world, because there's not a lot of Air Force bases that are like immediately nearby. The closest one I think would be Provincia Bay. But the Bering Strait to Russia, it's like maybe 50 miles. Straight shot. But the problem, there's like nothing there though in that part of Siberia. There's nothing. No airports, nowhere to land.
They flew to the Kamchatka Peninsula.
Yeah, that's where they went. I've done some flying there myself. I remember long time ago I did it was in the Dassault Falcon like 4 years ago. Just short flight over the Kamchatka Peninsula from I think Mushmita to I don't know, some other place I never heard of. I know I've flown over the Bering Strait a couple of times. I did a mail order bride flyout in the Aeroflot A320 in 2021 on Valentine's Day. It was like, From Russia Without Love, the mail order brides. I remember that. I think that one actually did pretty well. Then I remember a couple years ago I flew the A310 from, I think, maybe Barrow, Alaska. Right from the border of Alaska to Provincia Bay, which I think is the closest airport on the mainland. But, and then, yeah.
Here's what was weird about it was they used an Antonov AN2 and they actually, when people looked at it, so they gave the professionals, they wouldn't have actually had enough fuel capacity in the plane.
Really?
Because it's like, 1,000, 1,500 miles or something.
I mean, depends really what part. If it was from the border of Alaska, Depends what part of Alaska they were flying out of. If they were flying out of like right off the coast, like there's a town called Gamble, Alaska. That's right on the coast. It's actually, I don't even think it's not even on the mainland of Alaska. It's one of those island towns. I think they just could make it with the Antonov An-2. If they were flying like just across the Bering Strait and the Gulag was right near it, they just might make it. Unless they, I don't, because yeah, they flew to Anchorage, but then they took a rental car to meet that smuggler. And then yeah, he drugged them, took their money. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's what it says. So the An-2 Colt, the plane he had a maximum range of 525 miles.
Oh damn, that's then maybe not. That's not much.
Trade from Nome, Alaska to the Sitka Peninsula without stopping to refuel wouldn't have been possible.
Wow.
I mean, but no normal person's gonna actually notice that while they're watching the show.
Yeah. Just like in Top Gun, if you saw Top Gun, you saw Top Gun Maverick. So in the first Top Gun, Rooster, Goose's son, he was like 5 years old in the first movie, which came out in like 1987 or 86. And then Rooster appeared in Top Gun Maverick, and he was in his 20s. So what I don't get, because he should be like around 40. But no, he was around like 20, 25 in the second movie. So if he was alive in 1987, which was like 35 years after, he should be around like 40, not 25. But people don't seem to notice details like that. As long as it's America kicking ass, they don't notice shit like that. Just like, the country that they had all those dogfights in Top Gun, it never really was revealed what country exactly. So as long as it's America kicking ass, that's all that matters. And
Yeah, that's the whole point of Top Gun.
yeah. That being said, though, Top Gun was a good movie. I really liked both Maverick and the original were really good. Tom Cruise, I do like Tom Cruise. He did get caught up in some shit. I mean, he was involved in Scientology for a while. Family Guy made a parody of Top Gun. They called it Fat Gun, where they yeah.
Yeah. It's like Breaking Bad is one of the best shows of all time, in my opinion.
Oh hell yeah, Breaking Bad. Yeah.
Great, but Bryan Cranston is like a crazy liberal. Like.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that interview with him on I don't know where it was, but yeah, he said like how Make America Great Again is offensive to the African American people. I saw that. I like Better Call Saul too. I've seen that as well.
I did the whole series like a few years ago. I did Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, I saw the finale. I saw the finale of Better Call Saul, and I honestly wish there was a. I don't think Better Call Saul ended well, really. I don't see why. Yeah, Breaking Bad, and yeah, that was a good way to go. Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. It's just I don't understand. It's so not Jimmy, not Saul McGill or Saul Goodman to fess up, take accountability, and accept the sentence. It's so not him. Like I don't even know what made him change his mind. Like I know Kim came forward and that inspired him, but literally Kim more or less did not care. It didn't improve his quality of life. All he had to do was just stick to his original plan. He would have been in and out in 7 years. He would have been able to go on with his life.
He would have had most of his life left.
Yeah.
He would have been out when he was like 50 something.
Yeah.
Right? He would have had his whole life, which is crazy. I think that was supposed to represent like character development with him.
Yeah, but it's kind of Saul of all people. Why would Saul suddenly change like that? That's the weird thing. I also think really Saul and Kim's breakup, I also kind of think that was sort of unprecedented. Because Saul and Kim were more or less a good couple. They were, a good couple. I think Kim was a good character. She was kind of by his side. She truly loved him. But I don't know why they had to have them split like that. Because I think
because she was like, together we're poison. But the thing is most of what Saul did was without her.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
I guess Kim was a little bit more morally ambiguous than, you know, yeah, but Kim was hot, dude. I mean, she was like 50. Well, maybe she's 50 now, but still, in her 40s, she was hot. Uh, remember, Mike is also portrayed. Mike was also we actually learn a lot about Mike in Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Because
More than Breaking Bad.
yeah, because Mike really was not. Mike was just basically a side character in Breaking Bad, just like Gus. Because we didn't know much about. Well, we knew a fair amount about Gus in Breaking Bad, but we learned a lot more about Gus in Better Call Saul. Yeah, I mean, it's basically the prologue. I mean, it is the prologue essentially. I heard somewhere
the
on.
prologue and the epilogue.
Yeah, yeah. I heard.
Like the last season is
yeah.
just like after Breaking Bad.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he's living in like Nebraska. And yeah, it's all black and white. I heard on Reddit that there's going to be some kind of a series that will take place between the ending of Better Call Saul, which ended around like I think 2005, 2006. That series of events ended. And then obviously the last season was just the epilogue of Breaking Bad. But I heard that there's going to be something between the time frame of Better Call Saul and the start of Breaking Bad. So like that 1-2 year gap. I heard on Reddit, so it's not official obviously, but I think I think a good name for it would be like, I don't know, maybe Better Fuel Huel, Better Rim Kim, Kid Named Finger.
And then El Camino, I think.
I don't know. El Camino
I
wasn't
don't
great.
know.
It wasn't
No,
great.
it wasn't.
I mean, El Camino though was also an epilogue, a breaking. It was just it was the epilogue. It was just told from Jesse's perspective, not Saul's perspective. But it's also an epilogue for Breaking Bad. It was just
Breaking Bad didn't have an epilogue, right? It's just he died and that was it.
yeah,
Right? So, I think it was kind of deserving of an epilogue and what happened after, like the Jimmy and Jesse and all that.
yeah.
And I'm glad we got that, but like...
I mean, Jesse got to.
I mean, I liked all of it, but it was just kind of not up to par with Breaking Bad.
Yeah, El Camino, honestly, it was just kind of boring, to be honest. It wasn't super, like, El Camino, it's basically, it hints to what Jesse had to endure when he was a meth slave. Then it explains how he escaped, and then he goes on and escapes to Alaska. That's basically it. It's not particularly entertaining. It wasn't super great, but it's basically
we got an ending for him. Like, that was purely deserved as, like, what happened to Jesse.
Jesse deserved another chance. Jesse is kind of, in a way, people often compare him to, you know, the Messiah, to Jesus, because he kind of, you know, Jesse basically paid the sins of Walter White. He basically paid another man's sins. He lived for Walter White's sins, in a way. So he's kind of viewed as the Messiah by some. And, you know, Jesse did deserve a second chance in life. And he did get it, obviously. You know, maybe they'll make a movie. I don't know if they'll make a movie about him. Or, they probably won't. There's really nothing. I don't imagine that Jesse is going to really do much in Alaska. I think Jesse would just get a normal job, live a normal life. Obviously, he won't go by Jesse Pinkman. He'll go by his other name. But I just think that he'll kind of just live a normal life. I think he'll stay out of the spotlight, really. Because he was definitely, you know, wanted by the cops at the time. Like, after it, he was definitely wanted because he didn't take part in it after all.
Yeah, with Jesse, or I think Breaking Bad was so great because, like, Walter had this, like, very slow character development.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Like,
he wasn't
like
always.
At first he did it all for his kids. You know, he had cancer. He needed
Yep.
to pay for his cancer treatment, and then like.
And then it became
That's
all about him.
That he did it for, and then that's all that he did it for, and then eventually it just started consuming him.
Yeah.
You know, out the seasons, and then he enjoyed it. He actually started enjoying it, and he killed people. He killed like this whole family and this and that. He killed this kid, and he just got progressively worse throughout the entire show.
Yep.
By the time he died, he was just a monster. You know, I mean, if anyone's going to hell, it's him. You know.
Yeah.
watched another show with Bryan Cranston recently. It's called Your Honor,
I think
and
I've seen that.
it's I actually find the main character Michael very who is obviously played by Bryan Cranston very similar to Walter White. It's like
Yeah,
his son
that's
gets in a
that's
car
the
crash
thing
and
is,
kills
yeah,
his
exactly.
son.
Once an actor does the character, they're basically known as that character for life. Like Leonardo DiCaprio, he basically plays the same character in every movie. Like it's oh I like every movie I've seen of Leonardo DiCaprio, he doesn't play. He's not necessarily. He's usually the main character. He's not necessarily the villain, but he's not exactly the hero either. Like he's kind of an anti-hero, like he was in Inception. Because Inception, he did indirectly kill his wife through suicide with, his science, and he kind of corrupted her, and it led to her killing herself. So, to some degree, he was guilty of that, but he meant good.
Yeah.
Just like in The Wolf of Wall Street, again, he wasn't exactly horrible, but he kind of missed his wife and kids. It's kind of all that. He basically or Catch Me If You Can. It was also a similar situation in the movie Catch Me If You Can of Leonardo DiCaprio. He was like not exactly a great guy, not exactly a horrible guy either. Titanic. Well, Titanic was different. That was kind of that was different. Then whatever movie did I see with DiCaprio? DiCaprio hasn't really.
Bryan Cranston. I feel like Bryan Cranston's actually turned in to Walter White.
Yeah.
He is Walter White in every character that he plays. Like Your Honor, it's like he's this old law-abiding citizen. He's a judge, and then his son hits and kills someone, and then now he's like breaking all of these laws for his son, and then of course his son ends up dying anyway. But he breaks all these laws and commits all these crimes. He rigs an entire trial. His actions lead to an entire family being killed, right? And it's just, but here's the thing is the difference between him and Walter White is he actually had a redemption arc in the second season where he actually told the truth. He testified to everything. He admitted to everything, and went back to prison voluntarily and this and that.
Yeah.
So Walter White went from good to bad to terrible.
Yeah.
And this guy went from good to bad. But he didn't. The other difference is he didn't enjoy what he was doing. He did it all for his son. So kind of similar in many ways, but different in many others.
Yeah. Shutter
Bryan
Island.
Cranston
I'm definitely gonna
many shows
Shutter
like
Island
that,
with Leo. I'm definitely gonna look into that. Another good movie that The Aviator. He also kind of played a similar role with back to Leonardo DiCaprio. Great Gatsby. He also kind of played the same character that he played in Inception. Not exactly a great guy, but not exactly a terrible guy. And yeah, he played in The Great Gatsby. The Aviator was also kind of similar to that. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, that was a little bit different. I don't know of anything else that he's been in. Apparently, Richard Jewell. He I didn't know he was in that movie. DiCaprio, though, he hasn't really done anything in the last few years. He's kind of disappeared from the public eye. He's also kind of not. He's not as handsome as he used to be. He kind of just looks more generic now. Looks just like a middle-aged dad. So he's not as handsome as he was. But Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, that was a good movie. With DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, that was a good movie. Speaking of Brad Pitt, Benjamin Button, that was a great movie. I remember I've seen Gilbert Grape. Gilbert Grape was a great movie too. That was Johnny Depp. That was Johnny Depp too. I think that was actually one of Johnny Depp's earlier roles. I think DiCaprio was maybe 15. He was young. He was really young in that movie.
Looking at Bryan Cranston's work, he hasn't gotten much work since Your Honor. That was 2023. He's been in
Yeah. He is. He did state a while ago that he does want to retire. Bryan Cranston's almost 70 now. He's I think he wants to. I mean, he did say it at some point that, and it was in an interview. A couple. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could retire and be fine. So.
Yeah.
The thing is, I mean, he is a good actor.
Yep.
He's a good actor. And honestly, I don't think it's really hurting him playing those older characters.
Yep.
That much. He's just good at that films.
Yeah.
That doesn't make
Your mic kind of comes out and it kind of disappears. Like it it fades in and out. Your mic. I don't know. I think also I might have Discord too quiet. Oh nope, that's not what I wanted. How do I open the? Was that Shift and Windows key? Oh no, it's Windows key and G. I think. Or is it Shift? Okay, there we go. Okay, I got full volume on Chrome. Okay. Let's say I thought I had Discord a bit quiet, but oh, okay, yep, there we go. Okay, I'm not sure what it will. Okay, now it's stuck in some kind of a fixed camera mode. Shit, my camera's fucked. My external camera's broken. Okay, I don't know what the hell is going on. It thinks this is the default camera. I don't want this camera. Like it okay, I guess yeah, I don't know what's going on now, so maybe I'll have to reload. Alright, in the meantime, let's just stick with the cockpit camera. So alright, this is Lake Champlain near us. We're gonna come in. I think we'll maybe do a flyover over Franklin State. Maybe we'll stop in, I'm not really sure. Alrighty. Whoa, oh, sorry, yep, oh yeah, we're getting a bit choppy here. The trim on this thing fucking sucks. I don't know what it is, the trim on this thing, but it ain't great, to say the least.
Shows are, most shows today, they're like, what, 24 FPS? But they look smoother than that.
Yeah. I'm not sure if they actually still do them. Okay, alright, great, the camera's fixed. I know a lot of old shows, like back when it was all shot on film. It was 24 FPS when everything was shot on film, but now I think it might be shot. It's all digital now.
Some shows might be like 30. Like I know sports is 60, and then like certain things are 30, and then like shows are 24. I think they still shoot at 24 because that's like the optimal, you know.
Maybe. I run my OBS on 24 because I tried running it on 30, and it was just problematic. So I ran it on 24. We haven't had any problems, and the game looks crispy, as does the stream. Yeah.
But Flight Sim, you don't need like 60 FPS.
Yeah, no, you don't. But it still looks like it is 60. For whatever reason, Fraps does not work with Flight Sim. Fraps will open up on any other app, but except Flight Sim. So there's no way to really know unless I get a new app. All right, so this is Swanton, Vermont. Small little town. Going to all right, and there's Franklin County State. Okay. Franklin County State. So is it a county or state airport? That's the thing. Okay.
Did you see the trailer for Stranger Things or no? Did you ever see that?
I think I may have. I definitely will. Maybe I saw. Maybe I can't remember if I saw it or not. Okay, let's do.
Like an official teaser, you know.
Alrighty, let's do external. Fuck it.
The thing is like nowadays Netflix very rarely comes out with something good, you know. But like still they do have some good stuff.
Yeah.
High School Catfish documentary wasn't bad.
Yep. Yeah, I think I heard of that. I saw I think it was called Gotti. It was on Tubi. I think it was John Travolta as John Gotti. It basically portrayed the life of John Gotti. Well, mostly his mafia career. For some reason it wasn't rated well, but I think it was actually pretty good. John Travolta's John Gotti, yeah, that's not super accurate, but I think the actor who played John A. Gotti, or John Gotti Jr., that was actually well done. That actor actually played the part pretty well. Um,
One thing I'll say about El Camino, too, by the way, um, El Camino was filmed in a completely different style
yeah,
than
definitely
Breaking
what,
Bad.
yes.
I think they could have split it into like 3 or 4 episodes and then filmed it in the same style that Breaking Bad was in,
Yep.
and they would be fine. But instead, it was like, since it was picked up by Netflix for this one, it was filmed in like this really weird way that doesn't really work for them.
Yeah, it's Netflix's rules, because, yeah, Netflix does make its own shows, and they have their own film style. Alright.
Yeah, but like just the fact that they filmed it, it's like completely different, and it just doesn't have the same charm that the other
Oh,
two
okay, coming in a bit too fast. Okay, shit. Alright, we're getting a bit carried away here. Whoa, okay, that was a bounce. Okay, that was a horrible landing.
Also, I almost feel like it maybe didn't have the same writers.
Yeah, that could be.
Like the guy Vince Gilligan or something.
Yeah, maybe it didn't have him. Okay, yeah, I tried doing that landing from the cockpit and it was not great, but I think it's also because I'm used to doing... I did cockpit landings before, but I did it on commercial planes. So that was probably why, because this is a pretty small plane. So this is...
only do cockpit landings.
Okay, so this is Franklin County. Not a particularly remarkable airport. Alright, now on to our final destination, Burlington. And Burlington actually is kind of an interesting place. It's got some rich history. It's the biggest city in Vermont. Alright, let's get out of here. Icarus, yep, Icarus also just turned around. Oh, okay, yep. Just getting a bit carried away here. Alright, gear up. Flaps up. Nope, that's wrong. That's not what I wanted. Alright, let's go full throttle. Alright, so this stream's also going to be right out of the 2-hour mark. So, if we'd done this all in one stream, it would have been like 4 hours, apparently. So... would have been 4 hours. So, I guess Vermont is that big. These planes are also slow as hell. Because I usually don't use planes like this. I usually use jets. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Not sure what high. Oh, I think this is US 7 below us. Yeah, this is some kind of a highway, but I don't think it's I-89 that we flew over earlier. Man, these streams are no joke. Yeah, it's been a long week for me. Shit, better out than in. All right, we got St. Albans. That's a notable city. Alrighty. Let's get some music back here if I can find it. Alright. Alrighty, let me just find the music. And we'll get it back on. Alrighty. Let's just turn it down a bit. Okay. So how much? So St. Albans is actually decently sized. It's actually not a bad place. The place is actually, you know, notable. Like notably big for, you know, Vermont. It's not a bad, reasonably sized. And then there's the highway. I'm not sure what highway this is, but I think this could be US 7. I'm just curious, how far is it from, you know, Swanton to... So, Swanton to Burlington is like 37 miles. Gotta fix my paint. And now we're getting carried away. Yeah, I don't know what it is to the trim on this thing. That happens all the damn time. As soon as I let off the flight stick, it just climbs up like that. Alrighty. Whoa. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm reading stuff here and I'm getting carried away. Like, it's throwing me up. I'm reading about, you know, the area we're flying over. The stream got a bit choppy there for a second. Alright, OBS looks good, so we're good there. Okay, my voice is okay. Maybe let's turn down the desktop a little teeny bit so you guys can hear me. I can't imagine you guys could hear Flightman super well because I couldn't hear him super great. Yeah. So yeah, we're going full throttle here. So Burlington can't be that far. It's like 37 miles. Okay, Icarus is like in my 5 o'clock. I can't see his plane, but I do see his gamer tag, so I think he's just far. He's fairly far behind me. Alright, coming up is Milton, Vermont. I've heard of this place too. That's actually Lake Champlain, I think. Let's fly along Lake Champlain a little teeny bit. Across Lake Champlain is New York, actually. Alright, Burlington International is about 12 miles out. Savage Island. Must have been savages there at one point if it's called that. Alrighty. So yeah, Burlington is kind of over there. So yeah, we'll do like a loop. We got a bridge here that runs like between the island. So it's like a land bridge. It's like a causeway. Burlington's like 9 miles out, so gonna be wrapping this up soon. Yeah, not bad songs, Jake. There's some good stuff. So we got Colchester, which is also like just outside of Burlington. Burlington International, the biggest airport in Vermont. Alrighty. Alright. Let's do a little flyover Burlington. It's a reasonably sized city. Got a little something going on with my sinuses. Alrighty. Alrighty. Now we got Essex Junction too, so that's pretty close. I knew where Essex. I mean, I've heard of Essex Junction, but didn't know it was this close to Burlington. So Burlington International's a bit outside of the city, so that's fine. I'm gonna fly over it a little bit, see what's up. We got 19% fuel, but I guess also flying at full throttle all the way across Vermont, that will use up your fuel. So we do have like a downtown here. We got what looks like to be some kind of a casino, maybe. It's not a bad place. A lot of brick buildings. Looks kind of like industrial. gear out. There we go. There we go. Okay. Alright, in we come. Alright, come on, let's go. Oh shit, we got a plane taking off. Is that, yeah. Oh no, I don't see him, so I reckon we're good. Coast down, there we go. That was smooth, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna have to rewatch that. I think that may have been a butter. I wonder what Swizz001 is up to these days. I remember he was really popular during like COVID. That's like 2020, 2021. I don't know what he's up to these days, but alright, I guess it's having us go to the gates. I don't understand why is there like, you know, Cirruses or Katanas parked right here at the gates. Like, you know, no one is boarding the gates for these things, but I guess that's where it wants us to come. Let's power down. Yeah, why would there be like, you know, Cirruses parked? Like, yeah, why are there Cirrus SR22s parked at the gate? That makes no sense. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this one up here. We're gonna let Icarus come in for a screenshot. Get a screenshot from Discord. Alright, a little close, but alright, that's good. Take a screenshot. Alright, I'll open that in Paint. There we go. I'm gonna put that in Discord, and I'm gonna start wrapping this one up. Yep, of course. Take care, Icarus. Catch you in the next one. Alright, we're gonna put this up in Discord, Flight Sim. Interesting. Okay, apparently I can't upload it to Discord because I don't have Nitro. In the meantime, I'm going to hop off VC and we're going to wrap this one up here. Well, this has been a great flight, everyone. Thank you for joining. Anyways, I guess that wraps up for the stream. Hope you guys enjoy the stream. Please subscribe if you guys want more streams like these, and have a good day.